if you've ever wondered why your child is always hungry, or they wake up and the first thing they ask is what's for food, or if they get quite moody when the fridge is empty, this video is for you. I'm Zainab, I'm the pharmacist from PillSorted. I'll cover what shapes our appetite and what are practical steps to support our child making healthy choices and have a healthier relationship with their food. Children's appetite is influenced by so many different factors, be it their biology, be it their genes, their environment and the culture of the family, the stress and sleep. All of these can affect a child's appetite. Now, the important goal that we want to reach is to support our child to act on their clues of hunger or fullness. So realize when they're full and what to do when they're hungry. When we want to think about the practical ways and setting a plan, there's lots of different things that we can do. There's 4 that I want to touch base on. It would be interesting if you try to implement one change a week, see how that works. The first important tool is actually teaching your children. One of the really good things to teach your children about is a healthy plate, and it's a really good way for them to visualize. So if your daughter keeps saying, I just want the pasta, so you can show them a healthy plate and they can compare themselves what it looks like with the plate that they have in front of them. So a healthy plate, what are the good nutrients, why are they important? The other important learning is actually 5 portions of fruit and vegetable per day. Now, things to remember is the portion sizes for children are quite small. It's the size of the palm of their hand, so it can be quite tiny, but it's a really fun and easy one to achieve per day. So there's so many different kind of fruit and vegetables, from clementines to watermelon to carrot, sweet corn. It can be a success story every day, and it'll help encourage your child to try different fruit and vegetables. And the third important learning one is actually water. Thirst is a very important clue, and for children is not very easy to understand. Are they actually hungry or are they thirsty? So it's good to offer them a lot of water all the time. The second tool is actually screen-free eating. The reason being is your brain needs to register that it's got full, but when it's distracted by watching something and it's not engaged in the activity of eating, it doesn't set the clue that I'm full, I don't need. So it can lead to overeating very easily. Try to have at least one engaged, sat at the table meal per day. The third important tool is actually portioning the food. So one of the important things that I hear a lot in my consultations with adults is that when they were a child, they were forced to finish the plate. Now, that is telling your child to forget about their fullness cue. It's not a good, healthy habit to build on. If you give smaller portions from the beginning, help them finish that, and then if they wanted to go for extra, that's better. Not being able to finish and then force them to finish the plate, not to waste. Again, have that in mind. There's lots of different appetites in children. So a child as young as a 10-year-old might need as much as an adult in a portion size. The other thing is the things that you bring extra at the dinner table, try to be the lighter calorie ones, things like salads, things like fruits and vegetables. Again, those would be things that children can graze on if they're still hungry. And the fourth one is just slow the pace of eating. It's really interesting because feeling full takes time. There's a lot of different hormones that play around in our body to send the signal that I don't want any more, but they need time to trigger. So the slower that you eat, the more a chance that you'll feel fuller sooner with less of a calorie intake. Now, I want to touch base on a really fun adventure that's actually very underrated but extremely successful in children's better behavior towards food, and that's actually cooking with your children. Children see cooking as a really fun adventure, and it's a great way for them to engage in what they're putting in their mouth. It really helps overcome all of those battles of you need to eat this and actually help them build that curiosity. An interesting example that I have myself is my son hated aubergines, eggplants, and he was only 6 or 7. What I did was I helped him learn a very simple recipe, and I recorded him making that dish. This was so fun for him that since then, aubergine is one of his favorite vegetables. It's a great way to encourage different tastes and different variety to your child's diet. If a child is picky, help them understand what do they not like. So again, one of my own examples, my daughter didn't like salad, and we realized that it's the tomatoes that she doesn't like. She doesn't like them becoming squidgy. I encouraged her to make salad herself, putting different vegetables together, and she made a really nice salad sauce herself. She loves olive oil. So then, to my surprise, she actually enjoyed a whole big portion of the salad as well. So again, there's ways that children can interact and tell us what's not to their likeness, but helping them overcome it and supporting them with different food diversity will really help. And another one that I want to talk about is sometimes children find food as a coping way. So sometimes they reach out to a snack, not because they're actually hungry, it's just that they feel worried maybe, or they want to get over something that they're anxious. The opposite is quite common as well. So when children are anxious, they get tummy ache. So it's really important to understand these cues and help your child understand them as well. Then thinking about mechanisms that could support the child to not think about food. One of the things that I found helpful was teaching my children about the food labels on snacks. I'll cover these in another video in much more detail, but that's a good way for them to understand, is this a healthy snack? Are there better options? And they can choose better themselves. As a recap, building a healthy relationship with food for our children is one of the most important long-term commitments we can support them with for their health and well-being. Choose a change and talk about that to your children and see if you can implement for a couple of days, and then look back at it and see what you can do differently, because small changes that are done consistently over time are very powerful. If you need any support with clinician-led safe advice, visit our website and get in touch with us. Thank you.